In this episode, I'm going to answer a viewer question that wants to know how I've earned so much playing Atlas Earth in the time I have played. So in this video, I'm going to break down what I usually do on a daily basis and how I've accrued what I've accrued in the game. So if this sounds interesting to you, please stand by. Hey everyone, welcome back. Bronze Dragon here saying thanks for dropping by. As always, I do appreciate the time you spend with me. Please remember to leave a like on the video if you like this kind of content. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you'd like to support the channel, please press that join button and become a member. Okay, we're going to dive in on this because I thought it was an interesting question posed by a viewer on a video that was posted a little while ago. But we're going to go ahead and dive in. This is from Jeremiah Hegan 467. Asks, out of curiosity, what did you do specifically to earn so much? I've been using the app for almost 12 months. I haven't been using it a whole lot, but I log in at least twice a day, get the streak, do the missions, watch as many ads as I can, and so on. I've only earned like $32. I'm just wondering what the big difference is, and a video idea for you would be I might be interested in seeing. Okay, I think a good place to start with this is, especially for those who have not viewed my videos on a consistent basis, tell you where I'm at. So I've been playing Atlas Earth the game for a year and a half, right at a year and a half now. And as you can see, I have my phone up on the screen. I've earned just a little bit more than $550. Now, that's not what I consider profit. Of that, I consider $373.50 the profit side of that because, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit in my answer, but part of this answer is that I have taken some of the money that I've earned off of the game and put it back into the game to advance. So I just wanted to have a place to start off with and also getting a look at where I stand in the game as far as parcels go. As far as parcels go, I'm sitting at 1,500 parcels right now. That is the limit between the 3 times multiplier and the 2 times multiplier. And once again, I'm waiting. I'm in a savings phase, so I can make the jump into the 2 times multiplier to be able to hit that break-even point and not break in and start losing money, in other words. So we'll start there. So I'm at 1,500 parcels. I'm in savings mode. I've been playing a year and a half, and I've profit-wise, I've made about $373, but a total of $553. I'll add here that my monthly play plan does not include the Explorer Club. Not that I think it's a bad deal. It comes in as far as Atlas Buck to dollar conversion rate. It came in second to the challenge ladder whenever I did the comparisons. Could it help me advance faster? Sure, but at that point, I would be putting more money into the game than what I'm actually making out of it. I'm currently making about $45 a month out of it. So I prefer the slower progress and maintaining myself in the green. With that said, something I haven't done as well is I have not outright bought Atlas Buck packages. Okay, I haven't went to the store and bought Atlas Bucks to turn around and buy parcels. Everything I spend on the game, which is relegated to the $10 challenge subscription on a monthly basis, and also $2 or $3 worth of rent to Atlas Buck conversions to pass a couple levels of those challenges on a monthly basis, basically is rolled back into the game to help me advance a little bit further. But as I have made my way through the game, I've proceeded at a slower rate without doing any of this. However, I'm in the green, and I've seen a lot of people who've put a lot of money into the game and also subscribe $50 a month and whatever, and they're not in the green. So it just really depends upon how you want to play. And I'm going to start with this because I think that it sums up a lot of what I'm going to break down in this video. Time and attention to the game. The more time and attention you put into the game, I think the more you will reap out of the game. Okay, so, and what I mean is as soon as you get into the game, you can realize that it's all based on advertising. That is how the money is brought in, right? Okay, so there are some side things that they sell in the game, such as your different subscriptions and your parcel upgrades and things like that, that make the team money as well. But the majority of this and what the payouts to us as players are based upon is the actual advertising. And the advertising is our time. time. So this is not a free game. I mean, it's a free game to play, but it's still costing your time. So I want to start off with that. The more time and effort you put into the game, the more you're going to get out of it. So let's talk about how I play the game and how I've gotten to where I am. I think the biggest thing that has brought me along and helped me out in my evolution of my game is the advent of the Challenge Ladder subscription. Okay, when it started in November of 2024, I started and I've been able to complete it each month since then. And it does cost $10 a month, which represents some of that money that I indicated was not profit because I put that back into the game. But all the Atlas bucks you get back out of that helps you proceed through the game faster. But, you know, doing the challenge ladder requires you to pay attention to the challenges and proceed through them on a monthly basis. So it does take your time as well. So I think that's the number one factor in my play. Number two factor is, like I said at the top, paying attention to the game. I stay boosted through ads 20 to 22 hours a day. Now, if the super rent boost is on, I am boosted 24 hours a day. In other words, I wake up in the middle of the night and I set a timer or an alarm so that I can reboost. So as you progress through the game, another thing is that more and more and more of your money that you earn, rent, is based upon that super rent boost. So you have to stay boosted every single hour. Okay. Also, on the every 20-minute ad that you watch to get those 1 or 2 Atlas bucks, depending upon where you're at, I try to hit the greatest majority of those through the day. Not hit or miss. I don't set my timer anymore, but I hit about 75% of them through the day. So I can bring in a good amount of Atlas bucks just watching those ads on a daily basis. The next thing that whenever I was thinking about this whole process, what has helped me the most is the AMP program. And I know those that are outside the United States don't have access to the AMP program, but he just asked me about how I'm playing, so I'm just being real with it. Okay. So when I first started in the middle of or early 2024, the AMP program was in full swing. We had a couple places around me that I really liked and was giving a 4 times multiplier. That's 4 Atlas bucks per dollar I spent. One was a place where you get salads, and one was over by my work where I got yogurt. Okay. And I used those heavily. I would get, I would use them at least once or twice per week. You know, I'd get my lunch once and maybe every other week get dinner for the family. Okay. That brought in a lot of Atlas bucks and when I needed auto parts, etc. But that's kind of hit or miss depending upon where you're at in the United States. Some places you have a lot of options, some places you don't have any option. You know, I talk to a lot of people on a weekly basis that they have to drive 50 miles to get to an amp location rather. And over the last 3 or 4 months, I've seen a lot of my options in my localities just fallen off the AMP program. About 4 months ago, I lost my salad and my yogurt place. Recently, we lost the advanced auto parts, which was like an old standby. So I had good hopes for the expansion of the AMP program with somebody being hired on to manage it, but it seems like to me it's going in the wrong way. Unless they have something planned and they're doing something with the program that I don't know about, I just know that I have very few choices with the AMP program now, but that has helped me build over the last year to where I'm at now. Next up, I would have to mention the Surveys for Bucks and Atlas Arcade because I play the Atlas Arcade. I usually have 3 or more games going at any one time, long progress games as well as short progress games that I'm using for the challenge ladder on a monthly basis. I keep those going on a daily basis whenever I have a few minutes here and there to spare to play a few games, as well as the surveys. I try to also time my survey usage on days where there's a bonus for surveys, but I do try to get those in on a weekly basis because hit or miss, they can still tack on some extra Atlas bucks on a weekly basis. Same with the arcade. Some of these are the progression of the Atlas Arcade. It was really nice last year, and over the beginning of this year, I've seen the thinning out of, from what I've seen, the Atlas bucks available for completing arcade goals and the extension. In other words, it takes a long time, and a lot of these are limited to 60 or 90 days, and some of them towards the end are just really impossible to get that final large amount. But with that said, the bonuses have gotten a lot smaller since last year. But once again, leading up till today, I made heavy use, and I still make heavy use of the Atlas Arcade on a daily basis to try and bring in some extra, Atlas bucks per week. And finally, this is kind of a combo. I think they work well together, but I want to say that I have made my progress very strategically in Atlas Earth, meaning that whenever I started out, I started using the Tasty Wallet guide for new players, and I always leave the link in my video comments because it's a very handy guide. It tells you when to strategically buy parcels, when to buy badges, etc. Basically, the most efficient use of your money, or Atlas bucks, that is, and how to progress without actually going into areas where you're losing rent for any particular time. Now, dovetailing with that is the fact that as you progress through the game, I've strategically become mayor. I'm mayor of 4 places. 4 areas right now, and I'm getting ready to take over my 5th. Now, the reason why I say that is because on a weekly basis, those mayorships earn me extra Atlas bucks. Okay, the higher population area it is that you take over, the more likely it is to give you extra Atlas bucks on a weekly basis, or the more. So. All these things that combine really to paying a lot of attention to the game on a weekly basis. I know, but I enjoy it. I wish, as we all do, I wish some of the things would improve with the game and not, go downhill, as it were. And I'm looking forward to a lot of these things they've been saying that they've been working on for months. But overall, I was watching a Pharaoh Silver video the other day, and he was talking about. I don't want to say evolution, but the de-evolution of the whole play to earn platforms and how everything is going down. So Atlas Earth is one of the last few standing. Everything has decreased as far as the rewards you earn, etc. So I'm still enjoying it, and by all intents and purposes, they seem to be doing well. They just put out a massive advertising campaign with the Atlas games, etc. So I'm looking forward to the future. Is anybody perfect? No, no game's perfect. But I hope my progress through the game and what I do on a daily basis, if it helps you, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, also, if you don't play Atlas Earth and you would like to, please see my referral code in the show notes. If you start playing and use that referral code after that first free plot you get in game, they give you 1 free. Use that code and get 200 free Atlas bucks when you hit your 11th. I get 100 out of it as well. So anyway, thanks for dropping by. This has been Bronze Dragon. I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy. And hey, as always, I'll see you in Atlas Earth.